Today on the CTV News at 5, police invest a home invasion in North Lethbridge. Plus, First Nations students learn about Idle No More in the classroom. And
the doctor said I'd probably be lucky to walk with a limp, never play again, but then again they said it was all up to me.
Despite a serious cut to his leg from a skate blade, a U of L hockey player is back on the ice.
CTV News with Jackie Scantlebury.
Good afternoon. One person was taken to hospital after a home invasion in North Lethbridge today. Police say it happened just before noon at a home in the 400 block of Stafford Bay North. The occupant of the home was assaulted and subsequently taken to the Chinook Regional Hospital with non-life-threatening injuries. There's no indication whether or not a weapon was used. Investigators aren't saying whether anyone is in custody or being questioned about the attack. Now, coincidentally, the home invasion happened just a few blocks from where the city's first homicide of the year took place. 58-year-old George Spann was found dead in his home on the 200 block of Stafford Drive North on January the 14th. An autopsy confirmed that he had been stabbed to death. Investigators are calling it a targeted crime, but they aren't commenting on a possible motive or whether they have any suspects. Police say over the past 17 days, they have completed a number of investigative steps, including nearly 100 individual interviews. Police are urging anyone with information to either contact the Criminal Investigation Section of the police force or Crime Stoppers. Well, the province's new impaired driving law is being challenged in court. Drivers who blow over .08 now lose their licenses until their cases are resolved in court. And that's been happening since July. An Edmonton lawyer is arguing that presumes guilt and is unconstitutional. Lawyers are now asking to have 3 suspensions put on hold until the challenge is heard.
So while the focus of this is on these 3 individuals and the need that they have to be able to drive pending the constitutional challenge, it will provide guidance to other decision makers on the factors that should be considered.
The lawyers involved say it could take a year before they get their day in court. And as we told you yesterday, a 25-year-old Lethbridge man has been charged for jumping off the high-level bridge with a parachute. That video has gone viral online, and now it appears he's getting a lot of internet support as well. The video walking out onto the highest and longest railway bridge of its kind in the world, standing on the railing and base jumping more than 95 meters to the river valley below. Of course, Theus is an adventure athlete and performer, well known for his extreme cycling demonstrations. He once broke his neck and was told that he would never walk again. Now he's facing trespassing charges for fulfilling a lifelong dream of jumping off the bridge. And it appears Facebook is supporting him. A guy's got to do what a guy's got to do. He's not a criminal in my eyes. He's chasing his dream and filling his extreme lifestyle with local objects. That's according to Doug. Meanwhile, Ashley says he entertained people. I think it's awesome. And we hear from Sammy, who also said, I wish I could do that. It would be freaking awesome. Well, 2 members of the Lethbridge Regional Police Service have been selected to receive the Queen's Diamond Jubilee Medal. Inspectors Bill Kay and Colin Catonio received their medals during a special ceremony at the Police Commission meeting today. Inspector Kay has served with the Lethbridge Regional Police for nearly 34 years and currently oversees the Community Policing Division. Inspector Catonio is head of the Criminal Investigation Division. He's been with the force for nearly 33 years. Both men have also made significant volunteer contributions to the community. And speaking of significant honors, today it was also announced that the Old Tabor Courthouse has been designated as a provincial historic resource. It was built in 1918. Dory Rossiter, we're going to see all that cold weather just blow right on through thanks to that Chinook coming in.
Yeah, we are. We're going to see the wind shift. That's the main ingredient that we need, Jackie, in order to get this cold air mass further to the east. We did have heavy snowfall warnings to the north of us in through the central areas of the province, but those have ended in the last hour. So we're just looking at waiting for that wind to shift, and that should be happening overnight tonight.
Thank you, Dory. More weather's on the way. Well, the premiers claim that Alberta's financial woes are because of a bitumen bubble is now being challenged. The Alberta Federation of Labor disagrees with Alston Redford's comments. It believes the real causes of the budget crisis are royalty giveaways, tax cuts for the wealthy, and a lack of provincial upgrading strategies. The bitumen bubble refers to the growing gap between the price Alberta gets for its oil and the North American benchmark, West Texas Intermediate crude. Last week, the Premier said the bubble will cost Alberta $6 billion in resource revenue in the coming fiscal year.
And they've been using the differential as an excuse to explain why the province is running a deficit, when the real problem is frankly that we have a broken system for taxes and royalties.
The Federation says that it believes 12,000 stable jobs could be created in Alberta if the province commits to upgrading our oil here at home rather than sending it abroad. The Huffington Post has released its list of the top Alberta politicians to follow on Twitter. Inside the top 5, Lethbridge MLA and Deputy Minister of Municipal Affairs Greg Weddick. Weddick says he was flattered by the ranking, considering he's still trying to figure it out. At last glance, Weddick had 550 followers on the social media site. The Post says they'd have ranked him higher, but would have liked to see more personal postings from him.
Well, I've really tried to keep it more for people to know what's happening in Lethbridge and not so much just as a personal forum. But having heard that, if people are interested in hearing a little bit more about where I'm going and what I'm doing, I'm going to be happy to try to post a little bit more of that. But, you know, it's really still a medium to let people in Lethbridge know what's really happening.
Now, here are the top Alberta politicians to follow. Minister of Municipal Affairs Doug Griffiths, Premier Alston Redford, and Wild Rose leader Danielle Smith. Lethbridge East MLA Bridget Pasteur and MP Jim Hillier are also on Twitter, but they didn't make the list. High school students on the Blood Reserve took a break from the books to learn about the movement sweeping the country. The Idle No More campaign is moving from highways to classrooms, where it's now becoming known as Idle No, K-N-O-W, more. A large component of the movement is sharing knowledge and awareness. The purpose of the teachings is to educate students about the 8 pieces of legislation that are affecting the tribes across Canada.
And that's basically what we're doing, is just sharing our knowledge and just getting the message out there that we're trying to focus on unity and solidarity, and, you know, to focus on the fact that this is a Canadian issue and it affects really everyone.
More teach-ins will continue to happen around the province. And students have been known to rely on craft dinner for a quick meal, but as the University of Lethbridge grows and diversifies, so does the demand for food options. Many students are saying they're pleased that the U of L has signed a contract with a new food vendor to take over in May. Tahira Fruzan reports.
The university has just signed a new contract with food provider Aramark, which will officially take over in September. With the takeover come new options for people with a wide range of allergies and cultural food preferences. The decision to switch to a new food provider was done through extensive feedback sessions with students, faculty, and staff. While faculty and staff options were accounted for, university officials say students' food experience is their main priority.
And what we want to be able to do for students is to say, when you come down here, you get an experience that matches your expectations, and that's very critical for us. Food is ubiquitous. It touches everybody multiple times a day. If you have a good food experience, it can take an off day to a great day.
In May, this area known to students as Cooley Junction will be closed for a massive renovation, which will reopen in September. But students say the overhaul is long overdue.
Yeah, I think it's going to be great, actually. Yeah. I hear they're putting a subway in, booster juice, all this excellent stuff.
I think they're much needed. Siege has been here for quite a while. They've been up and down. So far, they've been really good. But a change of venue and a change of, I guess, food organizers probably going to be needed.
Yeah, actually, I remember eating here in first year, but it's actually changing a lot already.
During the renovations over the summer, students will have the choice of eating at the main cafeteria or resorting back to the tried and true box of craft dinner. Tahira Fruzan, CTV News, Lethbridge.
The university operates 6 separate food outlets on campus. Well, after months of work and numerous delays, 2 new BlackBerry phones were unveiled today. The company put the Q10 with a physical keyboard and the Z10 with a touchscreen keyboard on display this morning in New York City. Both use new 10 software, which includes a number of enhancements like a speedier device, improved typing experience, and the ability to keep work and personal identities separate on the same phone.
And the elegance in BlackBerry 10 is clear when you want to take action. Take action with your information or app, a photo, a video, a phone call, or a chat. Everything in BlackBerry 10 is there in one place for you. And with a simple swipe, you can share, you can consume, you can create, and you can act.
The first devices will hit the market in mid-March and will sell for about $150 with a 3-year service contract. Research in Motion, the phone's maker, announced that it is changing its name as well to BlackBerry to maintain a single brand. And one of CTV's loyal viewers was inspired by all the bitterly cold weather and decided he wanted to have a little science experiment. So let's check in with Brandon from Brooks.
Are you ready? This is going to be an experiment of a lifetime. I'm telling you. All right, so spoon's hot. You ready? Chocolate cloud in 1, 2, 3. Hey! I'm hanging in the chocolate cloud.
So obviously Brandon is not in a hot chocolate cloud. I would say that experiment didn't quite work, but he does go on to see if the hot water will turn into a cloud, and it does sort of. Brandon posted the video on our Facebook page, and you can check it out there. He's creative, if nothing else. Coming up, Dory's going to tell us more about the warmer weather that's on the way. First, though, the day's markets.